Hey guys, it's Amber Athey from Unfit to Print giving you this week's bonus video. And man, I just love a case of the left eating its own. It is always so satisfying when Democrats try to appease the woke left and they discover that nothing is ever progressive enough for the woke mob. They simply are never satisfied. And in this case, it is the Biden administration itself that is under the gun by Black staffers who cite poor working conditions and a lack of raises and promotions compared to their white counterparts. Now, you guys might recall that Biden on the campaign trail promised that he was going to appoint the most diverse cabinet in U.S. history, and it seems like he's kept that promise. Now, I don't know why diversity in and of itself is a qualification for an office like the White House, but this is what Biden promised, and according to NPR, Biden's cabinet was shaping up to have more women and be more racially diverse than either Trump or Obama. And during Black History Month in 2022, the Biden administration continued to brag about its efforts to be diverse and inclusive, and even released a blog talking to Black appointees leading in the Biden-Harris administration. They said, in honor of Black History Month this February, the Presidential Personnel Office is proud to highlight the stories of Black leaders across the Biden-Harris administration. So Biden makes this promise that he's going to have a very diverse White House and apparently keeps that promise. And the result is they're still not happy. So according to a Politico piece that came out this week, Biden was seeing, quote, an exodus of Black staffers and some frustration among those who remain. The White House is historically diverse, Politico says, but there are concerns internally about a wave of departures and the current cultures. This story is by Daniel Littman, and it says 21 Black staffers have left the White House since late last year or are planning to leave soon. They describe a work environment with little support from their superiors and fewer chances for promotion. In fact, some Black aides have even developed a term for the mass exodus of Black staffers from the White House, calling it BLAXIT, which is, I guess, a play on Candace Owens' BLAXIT, which referred to the migration of Black individuals from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party back between 2016 and 2020. So not very original, but okay, we'll go with BLAXIT. That's fine. The first person who was a major Black staffer to leave was Simone Sanders, who was Kamala Harris' spokesperson, and she went to MSNBC. And then Tina Flournoy, Ashley Etienne, and Vincent Evans, and Cedric Richmond have all left the Biden administration. And then Politico goes on to list a whole host of other Black staffers who have left. And this is apparently concerning for members of the Biden administration, including Spencer Overton, president of the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, who tracks, well, he's not a member of the Biden administration, but he tracks government staff diversity numbers. He said he is concerned because Black voters accounted for 22% of Biden's voters. It is essential that Black staffers are not only recruited to serve in senior, mid-level, and junior White House positions, but are also included in major policy and personnel decisions and have opportunities for advancement. A White House official pushed back on the concerns, saying that around 14% of current White House staffers identify as Black, in line with national proportions, and that the number is expected to increase throughout the year. Oh, and this is beautiful. So the White House naturally has Karine Jean-Pierre, the Black gay press secretary, give a statement to Politico for this as, further proof that they are being super nice to their Black staffers. And I presume that there are tons of reasons why Black staffers might not be advancing as quickly in the Biden administration, or why they might have lower level positions. Sometimes people just might not be qualified for the role that they're applying for, and it has nothing to do with their skin color or their background. It just so happens that the person who's most qualified for the job is white or Hispanic or Asian or some other race. I mean, that's just how life works sometimes. And once you start giving positions to people because of the skin color, not because of their qualifications, well, then you end up with Karine Jean-Pierre at the briefing room podium, and we saw what a disaster her few first press briefings were because she was totally unprepared for the position. We've talked about that on Unfit to Print before. But I think this is so funny because again, like the Biden administration made such a point to talk about how they cared about diversity and they were going to be woke and they were going to try to be super inclusive and promote people based on their skin color and not their qualifications. Kamala Harris, for example. And yet here we are. People on the progressive left are still complaining that it's not good enough. The Biden administration is being mean to the Black staffers. They're not giving them enough promotions. They're not giving them enough money. They're not giving them enough opportunities for advancement. That is what you get anytime you try to give a little inch to the woke mob. They take a mile.